One of the most inspirational people to me over the last 10 years has been Scott Adams. Scott Adams really started, just creeping up in popularity in the 2015-2016 election of your boy Donald Trump. And he was one of the people covering it positively, and he got in a lot of trouble and got blacklisted and the like when he's had such a storied career in cartooning and the arts. And it's something, again, like this is why we're talking about this on the comic channel. He's really just done so much and been such a big influence to so many that it's just an amazing thing. And watching his Periscopes back in the day, I guess he's on Rumble now. You guys remember Periscope? This was Twitter's live streaming sort of thing. Was a lot of fun back then, and of course, I've noticed that he's been a lot slower and a lot less uploads, a lot less going on, and there's a reason for that. And he's got a pretty bad prostate cancer; things are not looking good, and we just want to, of course, send our thoughts and prayers to Scott Adams because of all that he's done in his not only commentary career, which has been amazing, and like I said, not just an inspiration on the comic level, which he is, but he's also an inspiration as a commentator, as somebody who's gone in and been the reason I came up on YouTube eventually was because I watched Scott Adams, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do commentary on the comic book industry. I'm going to talk about these things and talk about just the extreme leftism that they're putting into things and actually critique what's going on there. And so he was a big influence on just on my doing that as well. So wish him the best. Let's go over just a little bit and talk some good stuff about Scott Adams and kind of look at things. If you don't know, Scott Adams is the guy who made Dilbert, and Dilbert is a character that was like a weekly sort of strip sort of situation, and he's done a lot. So he has been working for a long, long time. Born in 1957, and he earned his degree in economics and an MBA. From California, Berkeley, where I went as well, and he actually lives about 15 minutes from me. I've never met Scott Adams, and I've always wanted to, and I'm like, 15 minutes away, but it's interesting. He did own a restaurant down the street that I used to go to. It's not open anymore, but it was a wonderful place called Stacy's Corner, I believe it was. Good stuff. He spent several years working in corporate roles, and then he used that in his office experience to inspire Dilbert, which is like an office parody sort of deal. And that's it. It's like it mocks corporate life, which is interesting. Mocking corporate life back in the day, that used to be like a concept of you'd think of it as the Democrats would do that. They were the for the people, for the worker, right? And so it wasn't an overtly political thing. But something flipped, I think, in the Obama era, where corporations all became universally leftist monsters that started pushing this agenda really, really hard, and became like the political arm of the Democratic Party. At that point, if you're mocking what corporations are doing, it becomes an inherently right-wing thing. And so Scott Adams got thrust into this situation where just doing his cartooning, he's a right-wing extremist just by mocking corporations. And that just goes to show just how much corporate control there is over the media, and just how they slowly, Dilbert got to a point where it had a cartoon. It was a huge deal. How they slowly just peeled away Scott Adams to where it's he just had to become a commentator just to do what he's doing. And that's where we're at these days. You commentate on things. I'm blacklisted from the comic book industry. They've attempted to destroy all of my revenue. They've gotten me banned from Patreon, gotten me banned from Kickstarter, gotten me banned from Indiegogo, all because they don't want to compete with me on this level. It's really, really difficult as an independent creator out there. And by the way, I'm going to take this moment right here as we're talking about this. Please sign up for my newsletter so I don't lose you. This is a corporate algorithm, after all, that we're on right now. And I want to be able to sell my comics to you and let you know about what I've got going on creatively, because if this resonates with you, if you like my commentary, if you like Scott Adams, if you like what we're doing trying to build against corporate entertainment, this is so important to be on right here. It's in the description below, and I've got a store as well if you want to check out my books, fantasy, sci-fi, graphic novels, regular novels, very prolific. I work very, very hard every single day for you guys, and I appreciate you being there. And do hit the like and subscribe button while you're here. So, yeah, Scott has gone, and, of course, Win Bigly was a very funny book where he was talking about things, persuasion in a world where facts don't matter. And we are there. I was talking to on the internet with John's Longbox, another great comic creator channel, where he's like, you can provide receipts. Nobody cares anymore. And it's very, very true. I got into a sort of cancel mob with some people because of a video game where there was graphic underage gay sex in it. Graphic. You had to watch the gay sex in the video game. And it's like, okay. And it was underage. The guys were listed as 15. Well, they actually, they told me it wasn't there. They gaslit about it. All these influencers went on a mob saying, I'm lying about the game. It's a great game. And I'm like, what? And I had the receipts of it. You see, I have a screenshot where it says the character's 15. and it was like, okay. A couple months later, the company there actually patched the game so that it doesn't say that anymore. So that it changed it, and they put it out in a patch, and you could see where they changed it. And in the patch notes, they said they changed it, and I'm like, well, if it wasn't there, why did they change it? And I actually showed that they were changing it in a patch, and they said, like, it was very, very bizarre. The commentary back was, "Oh, you're such a liar. They only changed it because you were lying." It's like, well, if I was lying, why did they have to change it? They're like, you can literally show screenshots and facts do not matter anymore. It just matters what the influencers say. This is why this is such a big deal, and this is why we do this commentary on what's going on. Somebody has to push back against the corporate media here. And so, again, big inspiration with this book. Scott Adams, of course, has all that. Reframe Your Brain's another great one. This was his kind of life story right here, where I got to learn a lot about him and where he came up and did this. Interesting stuff on these books. And I noticed, again, he hadn't been doing a lot in recent years. There's not been new books really coming out. And I'm like, dang, that's too bad. And so that's it. And of course, now we know why, unfortunately, as this is going on. So his live streams and all that talk about persuasion and looking at things from a sort of propaganda level, from a influence level, which is really, really interesting. And as a cartoonist, that's kind of what you do as well. You're persuading people into your humor on sorts of things and into whatever you want to say poignantly about corporate culture, like Dilbert did, which does a lot of work. So he's got a background in that's very, very fascinating. And so what we learned is he's had prostate cancer. He says he's got the same type that Joe Biden's got. And of course, it's pretty bad stuff, and it's looking like it's really hurting him. And you can see he's looking a bit frail here on his live stream this morning. Really sad stuff. This guy's such a good influence, and what he's done has been so inspirational, not only on the cartooning level, which is inspirational as well, but also what he's done on the commentary level as a cartoonist. It is something that is like the model here. And so good stuff, guys. Pray for him and his family. I don't know what else we can do to support. We'll be checking into this and covering it as it goes along. Really appreciate you guys for being there. God bless you, Scott Adams. Thank you so much for all your hard work over the years. And yes, that's it. Leave a comment down below with your experiences on Scott Adams, and let me know if you are a fan or not. Love to hear from you. And please sign up for my newsletter in the description below if you've not been there already. Like I said, this is the spot to be. We're going to be covering the mainstream comic industry and, of course, all commentary on the comic industry in the future. We need to build something better and bigger, and we're doing so right here. And yes, you could get 3 books for doing so. Appreciate you guys for being here. We'll be back.